Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin price bouncing on the verge of a massive price breakout, why decentralized exchanges are all the rage today, and a predicted stock market crash in October, what the effects will be for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're talking about Bitcoin on the verge of a breakout, why decentralized exchanges are all the rage today, and a possible stock market crash in October, how this is going to affect all of cryptocurrencies. Before we get into it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also come join us over on Twitter at @TheCryptoLove. Now, if we take a look at Bitcoin right now, the price just bounced off of the 111-day moving average. This 111-day moving average is taken from the Bitcoin Pi cycle top. Every time the average changes direction here, generally we have a peak afterwards. Not only that, but we have this very large wedge. Actually, the bottom side of this wedge is the bullish trend line for Bitcoin that Bitcoin is bouncing off of. Now, a lot of people suspect that Bitcoin price is going to go up. Some people suspect that Bitcoin price is going to go down. And we kind of have to see, because by the middle of November, historically, very bullish time for Bitcoin, October, November, the two best months for Bitcoin. Historically, Bitcoin would go up, but oftentimes the market likes to disappoint the most people possible. So we'll definitely have to keep our eye on this, especially with what we'll be talking about with a potential stock market crash in October. Now, right now, derivatives DEX, dydx beats out Coinbase's spot market by volume amid China FUD. Chinese traders appear to be flocking to derivatives at decentralized exchange dydx amid concerns over renewed crypto crackdown in China. Now, this is bringing a lot of people to be using decentralized exchanges, something that I feel has been undervalued for a long time. Decentralized exchange dydx has seen a surge in trading activity as concerns surrounding a renewed Chinese crypto crackdown have circulated this year, with the DEX now processing more volume than Coinbase's spot market for the first time. According to CoinGecko, dydx has facilitated more than $4.3 billion worth of trades in the past 24 hours, beating out Coinbase's $3.7 million in volume by nearly 15%. dydx's founder was a former Coinbase employee. Now, the surging growth for dydx comes amid renewed concerns regarding the threat heavy-handed Chinese regulation could pose for the global crypto sector, because on September 24th, Beijing intensified its crackdown on crypto assets by banning all digital currency transactions. The People's Bank of China said in a statement that cryptocurrencies are not legal and should not and cannot be used as currency in the market. Now, is this a worry? I don't exactly know. China's banned Google, banned Facebook, banned Netflix, banned Zoom, banned they've banned everything. So is this anything of concern? I don't exactly know. But Chinese traders are flocking to decentralized exchanges. As a matter of fact, not only dydx is up, but actually Uniswap token rises 20% as China's blanket ban on crypto businesses puts focus on decentralized exchanges. Investors turn away from centralized exchanges in the wake of China's blanket ban on virtual currency businesses. Now, not only that, but if we take a look at Cointelegraph Markets Pro, we can see two of the top coins on the Vortex scoreboard. Ones to take a look at would be things like PancakeSwap and Curve, other decentralized protocols worth taking a look at. Cointelegraph Markets Pro is something that I have a partnership with because this gives you the news before the news companies print it. It also gives you the top coins to look at that day. As a matter of fact, the Vortex scoreboard has been very successful at picking out top coins. They just printed their Vortex report for this week, September 18th to 25th. And amid the market crash following yet another crypto clampdown in China, Track and Ren post double-digit gains after flashing high Vortex scores. Also, top altcoins weekly performance, and CeeLo secures hefty gains on the news of two newsquakes. So basically, three coins there have pumped this week that you could have found out had you been using the Cointelegraph Markets Pro. There is a link down in the description and the pinned comment. Now, I like to listen to Robert Kiyosaki. I've read his books. He makes good points, and he's been saying, funny stuff is going to be happening with money. You should hold Bitcoin, you should hold gold, you should hold silver and Ethereum. Well, he just posted this yesterday on the 26th. Giant stock market crash coming October. Why? Treasury and Fed short of T-bills. Gold, silver, Bitcoin may crash too. Cash best for picking up bargains after crash. Not selling gold, silver, Bitcoin, yet have lots of cash for life after stock market crash. Stock's dangerous. Be careful. Now, if you read what he says here, he says there's a giant stock market crash coming. Why? Treasury and Fed short of T-bills. He says gold, silver, and Bitcoin may crash too as people pull out their money to risk off assets like cash. So cash, while it's risky with them printing all the cash, it may be best for picking up bargains after the crash. Now, is he selling all of his gold, silver, and Bitcoin? No, but he also has cash for in case the prices come down. And if we look at it, this is kind of shocking considering in October we have a bunch of Bitcoin ETFs which we think are going to be approved. As a matter of fact, most people right now are very bullish for October and November. Historically, very good months for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And we have all these ETFs, which we suspect are likely to be approved to send the Bitcoin price astronomically high. Which brings us to this chart here, because this chart basically shows what's going on with the S&P. How we have the price going up and up and up in this rising wedge, and we have the volatility going down and down and down, not long before a crash, which is this crash as predicted right here. And we have most people thinking that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are going to go up. But as I said in the beginning, oftentimes the market likes to disappoint the most people possible. This kind of reminds me of something back in November of 2017. Now, granted, humans are very good at finding patterns, but we're also very bad at identifying the use of those patterns. So I could be completely wrong here. And if you'll stay tuned with me until the end, I will leave you with a happy ending because you know that's what I do. But I just wanted to bring this to everybody's attention. You see, back here in October, November 2017, everybody was like, oh, Bitcoin's finally found a bottom. We know the bottom is $6,000. That's how much it costs to mine a Bitcoin. And then shortly after that, everybody was wrong and Bitcoin price sunk through the floor. Now, if we take a look, fast forward to right now, everybody's saying, hey, Bitcoin, October, November, going to be some great months. Bitcoin price is going through the roof. We have these ETFs. Not only that, we have this wedge breaking out at the perfect moment. Bitcoin price is going to go up. That's the common narrative right now. Now, while that may be true, and I would love for that to be true, let's take a look at the opposite. Because let's say the same thing is going to happen right here, back in 2017, as is going to happen right now. Well, if we actually zoom in on that and blow it up for you to see it a little bit better. Now, what we have happening is I took that bar pattern exactly from 2017. This is November when the price crashed. Look at how well this actually goes with this resistance trend line from the top. It almost rides that trend line almost perfectly until the bottom of the multi-year parabolic trend line that Bitcoin has been in, until it gets to there, and then it breaks down to right below the $20,000 mark, but basically the 200 weekly moving average, which has historically always been support for Bitcoin, before it comes back up to back into the trend channel and then possibly breaks down before actually coming up at the end of the halving to the next line here, roughly $500,000. Now, is this possible? Yes. Is it going to happen? I have no idea. But I just posted this bar pattern right here, and I noticed how well it follows this resistance trend line that Bitcoin has been going on, and we'll kind of have to see what happens in the next couple months, whether Bitcoin goes up or whether it goes down, because I would say everything fundamentally looks like Bitcoin will go up, but if the rest of the market tanks, Bitcoin's probably going to tank with it, because people are going to take their money out of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as well, and market sentiment definitely translates into price. But that all being said, we do have a lot of good things looking good for Bitcoin in the future. I am definitely interested to see where we're going. I would be very, very surprised if this $65,000 was the top, but it could very well be. You know why? Because everybody's expecting it to be something else, and the market generally disappoints the most people possible. Now, that being said, I do want to leave you with a happy ending, because I don't want you to be all bummed after watching my video. So we have it here. This tweet by Sisyphus. He says he has here the stock prices from the Dow Jones Industrial Average from basically the beginning in 1790 all the way to the present. And you can see it makes a nice little rising wedge. Now, he says some levels I'm watching on the 450-year chart for stocks. He thinks pretty strong support at 1930s levels, and if we break there, back to 1812. Now, as you can see here, pretty strong support 1930s levels right here, this red line. If we break there, back to 1812. Now, that's obviously meant to be funny, but some very important things. Look at the overall trend. Despite all the things that happened, despite the almost 90% drop of the Great Depression, guess what? Price still went up. Despite everything, the price still goes up. And while we have these giant crashes, while we have potentially a stock market crash coming in October, well, it may not crash that far. Because based on this support line here, it may not actually crash that far unless it breaks out of this ascending wedge. But other than that, I think that the price continues to go up. And if you have a long-term time frame, which is ideally as an investor what you should have, then whatever happens will happen. Just don't get shaken out. And please, for the love of God, don't trade on leverage, because then you get shaken out against your will. So guys, that is all for today's episode. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also check out Cointelegraph Markets Pro. You can find out the news before anybody else, and then on average for like Coinbase listings, make 60% on average from those listings, and also find a lot of the top coins for the week using the Vortex scoreboard. Not to mention they have a really good Discord group on there with a lot of trading advice for both noobs and advanced traders as well. So guys, I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Peace.